Who will start?
Sir, you are the master of all.
No. You are secretary, so we are controlled by you.
Yes,
You
sir.
can give step by step, then we can follow.
No. Bhavar Professor Dongingwei has not joined the meeting. Bhavar, please unmute yourself. Bhavar, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, still not joined. So now you can, sir, continue. Please continue.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's better if she joined, and because
Uh,
she is already. I have also written to her.
Yes, sir.
But, and
Yes, sir.
so,
Start. Yes, sir.
should we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just a minute.
Subhash ji kariye.
Bhavar, my PPT is visible. Bhavar,
Right, sir.
yeah, it's visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, very good morning to everybody. Respected head of the Department of University, Mohanlal Sukadia, Professor Shadna Kothari, convener of the conference, organizing secretary Dr. Bhavar. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to be the part of this IGU India conference. Respected Professor Rana PV sir, my mentor, always motivator for me, always my teacher. As per my understanding, I always give him high regard. So, on the behalf of my commission, IGU Commission on Geoheritage, I welcome, I'm thankful, I'm too obliged for everybody for giving a chance to this commission in the conference. Overall, my teacher, Professor R.B. Singh, my guru, I'm also highly thankful to him that he has given me a chance to become a part of this commission since last more than 10 years. No doubt that his contribution is immense, particularly in IGU activities. So, dear friends, as we know that main theme of the conference is the global to local sustainability. And here we are going to discuss the geoheritage site, how their sustainability are weakening or getting stronger there. Since last 2 decades, many new emerged concepts, mainly geosites, geoheritage, geoparks, geomonuments we are using in our literature. But somewhere after the 20 years, we've realized there is a need to make a study, an impactful study, so that we can get an idea and the result. What is the impact of this study on environment, on society, and overall sustainability for humankind? The geoheritage and its sustainable management for the education and the well-being of the present and future generations are rapidly developing in many different settings, from using resource to cultural and environmental protection. The implications, consequences, and aftermath of the assessing and examining the natural and cultural heritage of the territory. Today is the need of the hour and need for the tool for their overall management in proper manner. Today, it is need of the hour to examine the level and the magnitude of sustainability of all these geoheritage sites for the sustainable future earth of the humankind. Dear friends, these geoheritage sites are scientifically, educationally, and culturally very significant for man, which includes mainly rock sites, cave sites, shelters, waterfall, spring, lakes, minerals, mining, fossil sites, and many more different geological features. Educational geotourism based on an exceptional geoheritage in protected areas and in UNESCO Global Geopark provide a good opportunity for recreation, education, and tourism, and can be a new focus for the sustainable inclusive development in the present context. Dear friends, generally we consider that there are three main E, the E alphabet, which is considered as an appropriate geoheritage strategy, present the opportunity for engagement, education, and economic development. These three E play a very crucial and very significant role for the engagement of local people, local community, local masses, for advancing the educational activities and going for economic development, having the purpose of sustainable, inclusive development. Apart from these natural sites, dear friends, we also having that in the world, as per the UNESCO, there are 1,121 heritage sites in the world, and out of these, 869 are considered as a cultural, and 213 are natural, and remaining 38 are the mixed heritage site. But as far as our country is concerned, there are only 38 sites, even though we are culturally advanced country. If we make a comparison to other countries of the world, India is not lacking behind. Even India is forefront. But there is a dire need to identify, to develop, and to promote all these remaining sites in the country in itself. Dear friends, apart from geoheritage site, today we are thinking, we are giving a more advanced concept to Indian community, that is geopark. Geoparks are single, unified geographical areas along with the geological uniqueness, where the sites and the landscape of international geological significance are managed with educational and sustainable, along with the having the holistic concept of the production and the management. And the identification, development of geopark in the country will boost up the scientific research and cooperation within universities, research institutes, having the proper dialogue between geosciences community and local population. And as per the criteria, basically the UNESCO fixed the 6 criteria for the declarations of geopark in any country. And that's why considered it's a good tool for the advancement and for the sustainable development of the local area. Dear friends, today, now we are having 161 global geoparks in 44 countries of the world. And out of these 161, the country of the China having the first position, first rank. But as far as our South Asia region is concerned, we are not lucky enough. In spite of having the tremendous and huge diversity within the country, today we are not in position to declare even noted a single geopark in the country. And that's why the different groups of scientists, managers, scientific community, and practitioners are making their efforts to declare, to construct, and to develop the geoparks in India itself. And no doubt, I am also the part of a group, SES. They are making all possible efforts for the establishment of geopark in the country itself. And this geopark is having the basically three main target: PDE, which is considered the best strategy for the having the sustainability for humankind, protection and promotional activities, development and engagement, protections of the site, development of the local people, and engagement and educational activities for their advancement. So today, no doubt we are not having this single site still so far we declared. But apart from that, we are having the several potential sites which can be developed and identified and declared as a geopark. For example, we can say that Varkala Cliff, Suketi Fossils Park, Majuli Island, Ichno Fossils in Kutch region, Lokpat Geosite, Leh Ladakh region, Lonar Lake, Marble Rocks, Beta Ghat, Natural Coral Bridge, and many more other different sites in different corner of the country. And the UNESCO played a very significant and very key instrumental role in the development of the global geopark. As we know that in 2015, the United Nations passed the Sustainable Development Goal Agenda 2030. As per this agenda, we know that sustainable development can only be achieved by putting into the action policy, strategy, and best practice regarding 5P. 5P already clear: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. And that is why, among all these 17 sustainable development goals, the 8 goals, SDG 1, SDG 4, SDG 5, SDG 8, SDG 11, SDG 12, and SDG 13 and 17 are directly related to the development of geopark in the geopark for their overall development. And there are 10 focus areas of the UNESCO Global Geoparks, which includes natural resource, geological hazards, education and climate, science, culture, women, and finally, sustainable development, local and indigenous knowledge, and geoconservation. So now it is the matter of the fact that presently development of geoheritage site is the major theme, which imply for the geoscientific community and sciences applications for the inclusive growth of the society and protection and conservation of the unique geoheritage sites in the world. When we talk about for our country geoheritage site, dear friends, it's a matter of the fact that just we are having only 2.4% of geographical area of the world. But this 2.4% of geographical area having tremendous and huge amount of diversity in all terms: physical diversity, biophysical diversity, religious diversity, geodiversity, geographical diversity. We are having the different geographic regions, from the mountain of the Himalaya to the island in southern part of the country, the Thar desert in the west to the highest rainfall receiving area in the eastern part of the country itself. And that is why, because we are having the highly diversified landscape in the country, in in spite of having the huge diversifications, still we are believe in one, that is the Vasudev Kutumbakam. Because in India we are having the unity and diversity, and and this pan India also giving a message to the world community of Vasudev Kutumbakam. World is a single family. So in terms of natural and physical, we are having the huge amount of the diversity in the country itself. As far as the national geological monuments are concerned, presently there are 36 national geological monuments which have been identified Geological Survey of India. And these 36 have been categorized into four categories: fossils, fossil parks, rocks mountain, geological marvels and other monuments based on stratified and economic importance. And the Geological Survey of India has been making all possible attempts in the protection of the natural site of rare and unique geological and geomorphological significance since 1951. However, a lot more needs for the systematic promotion and upkeep of geoheritage site and geoparks beyond the identification and declaration of a geological monument and geological sites. And these are the 36 geological monuments which have been found in different parts of the country in different categories. And apart from that, we are also having the many more which can be also developed in coming future in the country itself. And among them, just we also have a study a one taken by one geoheritage site, that is the Varkala. Dear friend, the Varkala beach is situated in the southern part of the coast, coastal India, situated in the nearby Thiruvananthapuram in the state of the Kerala. It is a well-known tourist destination covering almost 30 square kilometer of the area. And the Kerala is also known as the God's own country, with beauty of its sun-bathed golden seashores, age with abundant and enough coconut trees, and the rocky terrains of the Western Ghat. The coastal land of the Varkala is renowned pilgrim center and a nature-based tourism destination known for its good hospitality tourism and its a unique geological cliff. And it is a very feasible site and favorable site for the development of geopark and geotourism development in coming years. And this Varkala cliff having the basically two part, north cliff and south cliff, and the cliff overlooking the Varkala beach is a unique sedimentary geomorphological structure in an otherwise flat Kerala coast and the surrounding areas. And the Varkala cliffs expose the sedimentary rocks belonging to the tertiary age, which is popularly known as a Varkali formation. This contains north and south cliff. The profile of north cliff has the laterite at the top, followed by sandstone white, sandstone red, sandstone light, and sandy silt and white clay at the bottom. While on the other hand, the south cliff consists Janardham, Papa, Papanasham, and Chilkakur cliffs. So considering its geology and tourist potential, the government of the Kerala has decided to undertake the and integrated development plans and planning to make the Varkala as the first national park of the country itself. And this Varkala geoheritage site, which is very popular among the tourists, is getting the number of tourists of national origin as well as the international origin are increasing day by day. And the up to 2017, around 3.5 lakh tourists visited this place. And the Varkala is considered the third largest foreign tourist place in the Kerala after Kochi and Kovalam in the Kerala itself. And this is due to the emerging conjunction and famous Kovalam beach. Foreign tourists are shifting to these sites. And the geotourism and geoparks helps not only lead to conservation and protection of sites, but also helpful in economic upliftment of local communities. And as far as the livelihood security is concerned, this the geotourism basically which enhance the geographical character of the area can be considered to be one of the tools that allow a better knowledge and development of a territory based on the principle of environmental sustainability. And since very beginning, the Varkala was renounced as a pilgrim center. Commercial tourism in Varkala is only of recent origin. And this the geotourism in Kerala helps in socio-economic development of local communities, that reducing the regional disparity of income and employment, and that is also improving the livelihood status, providing livelihood option and security through more tourism opportunities, giving its better services and goods in terms of geo bakeries, geo tours, restaurants, accommodation, lodging, museums, and many more different local services. And the more number of tourists visiting this area will result in development of tourist facility very soon as a tourist center, and more number of shopping malls are coming day by day in this area. But this area, apart from having the nature-based tourism, also having the cultural tourism. There are three main sites: Papnasam Beach, which is considered one of the most famous tourist destination in the state. Second is a Janardhan Swami Temple, which is about 2000-year old. And it is very important that it attract the thousands of pilgrims every year, and several pilgrims from the different part of the country and also the different part of the world come here and perform their final rituals to their deceased and also for departed souls. And there also a Sivagiri Mutt. Sivagiri Mutt is a very famous ashram in the Varkala, founded by the philosopher and social reformer Sri Narayan Guru. So these are three famous cultural tourist sites in this area where the different tourists come here and perform their final rituals to their departed souls so that they can give their best honor to them. But because of these tourism activities, which are increasing day by day, also having the negative impact on environment, also on society. Because when a tourist come here, they also bring their culture. When they use different services here, they also become the part of the victim of the degradations and soil erosion. Because of the increasing the tourism activities, the number of different hotels, restaurants, shopping malls are coming day by day, and because of that there is a found the destructions of the cliff due to the many constructions activities. So on the one hand, the local people are getting their livelihood security, but on the other hand, there is a attack on the environment field. So that is why the presently this site is under threat and getting the high challenges from the tourism sector itself. The local people are taking a number of initiative for the conservation of this cliff. They are taking all necessary actions which can be proved for maintaining the sustainability of this cliff itself. This is basically biogas plant which has been put it here. Another is a construction of Bali Mandap on the beach of performed last night to departed soul. So, dear friends, finally, I would like to say that we have made a study of the Varkala and found that it is better that this area is having all the favorable conditions and aspects which can be considered the Varkala as the first national park of the country. And after getting the status, our government can also apply to the UNESCO for getting the status of UNESCO global geoparks. But there are also some weakness and threat where we can think and take the action to minimize here, so that there should be a proper balanced and responsible tourism in the activity. So finally, dear friends, I would like to say that our country and we are Indian are lucky enough having the huge diversity in all the term, in all the field in the country itself. And as far as this Varkala is concerned, the Varkala is having the fully potentiality to be developed the national park in the country itself. And that is why a number of group of the academicians, practitioners, scientists, voluntary, and people are working hard to protect the site and sensitize the local people and the public at large, and also the tourist of the domestic origin as well as the international origin itself is concerned. Today, I personally feel that there is a dire need, urgent need for the enactment of an act to identify, to popularize, to declare and promote and conserve and maintain and protect to management this site, so that in coming years we can give the first global geopark in our country. Otherwise, we are lacking behind. As far as the world community are concerned, the basically South Asia region doesn't have even not a single park. And I think India may be the forefront to declare its first geopark having this site as a potential geopark of the country itself. And friends, I would like to say that as far as the basically geoheritage sites are concerned, 1 month before just we, Professor R.B. Singh, the Secretary General of IGU, Professor Dongingwei, the chair of the commission, and myself, we have published a book from the Springer. We have added a book, and this book is basically having the case study from 15 countries, and we here mention the geographical heritage, geoparks, and geotourism. So, dear friends, finally, I would like to say that we should think upon that. It is a need of the hours that we should consider the sustainability of geoheritage sites which exist in the country and also in the other part of the South Asia region also. I would like to say give a big thank to Professor Rana P.B. Singh for giving me a chance, for being a mentor throughout my life and being my teacher. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir.
Sir, yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay. So thank you very much. You got a wonderful report. So many potential grounds based on the IGU Commission on Geoheritage, and the whole report giving more emphasis on the Indian context, what to be done and how to be done. So before we can start a discussion, I think, and question to be asked by the people attending this, we have to say something. What I am going to tell you something very hard fact. So when you go to a good doctor, the first thing doctor used to do diagnosis, and diagnosis means more negative things. Okay, then only positive things will come. The first thing is that why not a single site inscribed in UNESCO. Technical thing says that there is no heritage law in our country, except three states, those who have under the Town and Planning Act, like Bengal, West Bengal, then Kerala we have, Maharashtra we have. That's all finished. No other state, and central having no law for heritage. Then how to proceed to get inscription? Since 2001, I am involved in UNESCO project to get things inscribed in the list. So that is one of the problem. The second problem is that in 2015 meeting of UNESCO, I have raised the question as representative of India, and several other people supported that idea. Why Indians always try to say that UNESCO do this, UNESCO having this rule, that rule? Why not you yourself? You can say here we are, and then let the UNESCO may decide how to link, rather than you can go and beg and request like this. I am citing this example based on my own studies, publication, etc., and collaboration in Japan. Japan has already passed heritage law in 1931. Okay, they have the three triggers. They say one is that international, that is linked to UNESCO, then say provincial, and then they say local. So local is state, and then you can say international, here in global. They have the three categories of rules, regulation, maintenance, and all maintained by community level at the first level, then supported by the government. Here everything is opposite. Everything we say government should do this. What is our duty? Nothing like this. So that is one of the very basic issues we have to say. The second thing is that still, in terms of academic thinking, we are governed indirectly, at least very strongly, this colonial approach. Saying like this, like this, like this. The 10, like we have the criteria, 10 criteria for the UNESCO, this inscription sites. I have written a letter and then to the committee that these 10 criteria is not fitting in Indian condition. We have to add 4 or 5 more, because India is a very old country and already so many alive traditions also there. Okay, so at least Dutch people have written that. A full book has been written, what are the loops and gaps in UNESCO while inscribing them. This is another political issue. So another issue is that sometimes the political sayings, we have unity in diversity, then we are saying Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Now here is a question. Have you seen the original text where it has been cited, and how this has been propagated in different way politically? The moment you say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and you are going to give message based on a very peculiar example of geotourism, that here is the whole globe is going like to be a brother and link and all this Vivekananda philosophy, etc., etc. Okay, could you please try to cite the original text? That is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is from the Maha Upanishad, that is the third mantra of the Upanishad. Okay, there is a phrase, so we always take half the part and half part never say, and the whole philosophic things gone something less. The first line is Udara Charita Nam Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. First, you have to awaken your mind so openly that you can see the whole world. Then Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Are we ready for that? Have you made such a cultural awakening? If you cite one example from Japan, Shirakawa-go, that is one among the 20 heritage sites, that is about 100% maintained by the community. Nothing government. It is all community-based organization. Every person is involved to maintain the beauty, the culture. Since 11th century, they have maintained this. So we have also to think that how to make that awakening. Then only we can say heritage sites to be there. The other thing is that when you are talking always this tourism business, that is very dangerous for India. You believe or not, you accept or not, that is your academic exercise, your own perspective you think. But the basic meaning of tourism, leisure, recreation, enjoyment, economy. Where is conservation? Where is preservation? Where is adaptation? Where is maintenance? These are our sidetrack, only academic exercise, some models, etc., etc. So there is something gap in Indian context. Now, one basic question is, if you can see the data, now it is now published, that how many people traveling all over the world, and what is the main motive, what main things they see, then you find 80% they say something religious, ancient things they go and see. Then here comes the whole idea of when you say geoterrorism or such things we are going to talk, geoparking, etc. So we have to maintain transcendental character of the place through all the local perspective. It is nothing like hotel business, no hotel at all. Shirakawa-go, no hotel at all. The best known site in Japan is Shirakawa-go. We have studied, we published book also. Okay? They have published in 3-4 languages also that anybody can study. Now, outside you have to go about 70-80 kilometers away, then only you can find hotel. It is nothing like you can go close by, here it is spa, here is a natural thing, here is, no, nothing. No way you have allowed to have even cigarette or drink, etc. Public follows that. So that is another question related to that is awakening and mass disruptive link that this is ours. That is another important issue, and we have to know that why in Indian context when we are talking about tourism, why not you are developing that what UNESCO has passed in 2015, pilgrimage tourism. We go there to have things divine. The nature is divine. So when you are going to see any geoheritage site, it is not for enjoyment and historical understanding. No. There is something more than that, that is transcendental. Come close to nature, receive the power of the nature, be part of the nature, and you behave like a part of the nature. So such programs to be started. Now, one more point, then question will be asked, and we can continue the discussion. I am surprised to see the list, what Subhasji has done. The oldest now, it is now approved by Smithsonian researchers since 2005 onwards in the research paper, pure scientific paper in paleobotany and such research journal, that there is a park, you can say a small one, called Salkhan, that is in Mirzapur. From Varanasi, it is exactly 101 kilometers in the south. That is now much older, about 100 millions older than the Yellow Park, Yellow National Park, USA. Already American journals have published this. Already about 10 years passed, nowhere highlighted. Subhasji has not given in the list, and no GSI has also published, nothing. So that is another thing, that so many such important things we are never highlighting. And whatever we are going to highlight, always putting some Western glass, then only we say, here is the thing. So that is another point you have to keep in that way, that what to be done. The other thing is that when you are talking about geopark, something philosophic issues is already raised by Elliot Hurst, a Canadian geographer, that when we are talking about this, why we are giving too much emphasis that here is geo or not. That is the natural. And that's why he raised that question, that is very controversial article published. The title is, has the geo gone out of geography? He raised that question. Why geography people always worry about definition? Why not action? Why only more academics say, why not practical? Why not universities having their own program nearby? They can select such site and they can adopt it and develop it. And the wonderful example is Japan. Most of the universities having such programs there. Individual level, nothing like curriculum. No. It is practical awakening, come close to nature and do something to preserve the nature. And nature means it is nothing like, there is another last point. Another point, philosophic, there was a mistake. We say that credit goes to Eratosthenes, who coined the word geography, okay? Now here is a question. How many of us really seen the book, or the writing, or the analytical paper directly based on Eratosthenes? Nothing. Majority not, at least in India not. Okay? The thing is that if you read that original German, that had two very important things, and that is so close to what Subhasji was talking. And I am referring that awakening. That say the study of the earth. There is a class the is for always aliveness. The tree, the means something aliveness, and E is capital. Earth is not considered as a resource. Earth is just like mother. It is mother. Mother nature, mother nature. That fellow has used the word the and then E capital, what later on developed by Noble Laureate, who is still alive, 101 years old, James Lovelock, the whole Gaia theory. So that Gaia theory concept, again, theoretically at least, I request rather, I am old guy, so don't take it otherwise that I am preaching or teaching you people. But there should be something philosophic background, taking from the origin of the word geography, coming up to this, and then geoheritage to be linked in this manner, and then taking all this scientific philosophy, the Gaia theory. Whatever you are talking, this is very much close to Gaia theory. You can read, you can get that internet and you can get like this. So these are the some of the ideas I wanted to share, that we should also prepare a map of India. I think Suvaji has missed, or maybe due to shortage of time. You can plot, here are the directly GSI, all these site defined. Then you can say here are potentials. And then you have inset. What are the main qualities of that? And then you can give in any of your lecture in popular way, so that you can get some more awakening among the people, among the students, among the common man, that what we can do like this. So that is one of the things I wanted to share like this. And if you in future, if you say or give me task, then I can write some philosophical background of that one. These are things. One is legality. Second is real orientation in our Indian context. Now we have, Government of India has already started. So it is duty of Subhaji to link Indian knowledge system. Okay, I think you all have heard that. That is going to be on 23rd, 24th, 25th. Government of India, that whole seminar, and already nodal center has been opened in IIT Kharagpur. Okay, I don't know how I became the member. I don't know. I am not political man, no political touch. Thanks to Bamarji and other people that this old guy has been invited. Otherwise, I generally avoid that. And on 25th, I am going to give a lecture, which may be close to what Shivaji was talking, that how Varanasi is a symbol of Indian knowledge system. We talk only Tirtha, Yashnan, and all that. We never try to see very scientific things. It is not logical. It is all based on our, 10 years, 15 years back story. We have done something, 5 years work on NASA program, blah, blah, blah. So that to be linked. So that scientific things in a popular way given to the people. Like when you are talking about the fossils, say that how these microbes in fossil time originated, something model, and popular way. There are two ways of that. One, you can write very good paper, very high scientific, only few people can read. The other thing is write in such a way that people can read and feel and try to do something. So I think Shivaji has tried to make a bridge between the two traditions. Okay, something practical, experiential, something awakening. So let me now stop here, and I think now, Babaji, you know that you have questions, etc. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. But there should.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, we have two questions.
Yeah, okay.
First one is what action need to be take enhance the geoheritage and geo tourism sites?
Okay, Subhaji, can you give some practical tips?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, first of all, I give a big thank to you, sir, for giving a number of observations and comments about this speech, sir. Sir, I would like to share one thing with you, that there is a one group, that Scientists for Earth, Society for Earth Scientists. I am also the member of that, and since last many years, this group working day and night, and there we have also held a meeting at INSA, International Science Academy, New Delhi, and Professor Singh was also there with me, and there we tried to formulate the rule and regulations for geoheritage site conservation and management. And since then, we are updating, we are just making the corrections, and no doubt very soon we are going to provide and submit to the report to the government, because government is saying just prepare a draft so that we can take a final decisions on your draft and we can update it. And that society group is working, sir, very hard, and maximum people are higher office bearer of the GSI in this group. And as far as this you are saying, I'm fully agree with you that there is a basically the lack of the action from the geographer side, not only geoheritage side. So we can take the each and every aspect of the geography. There 101% I'm agree with you, sir, that we always lacking in terms of action. Just we display what we got from others, and that's why I'm here. I also tried my best to just it's a transfer of the knowledge and transfer of the, you can say, details, just what I got from others. But here just we took up a one case study from the Varkala, and it is a matter of the fact just I here mention out the number of tourists which are coming from different parts of the country and also different parts of the world. But no doubt it is our duty being a geographer, how we can conserve, how we can manage, because apart from having the tourism activities, and same tourism activities are leading into destructions of the same sites. So it's our duty, and for that there is a dire need to done a environment impact assessment study along with the social impact assessment study. Also there should be a study both how these tourism activity affect the environment along with the society its concern, sir. And you are also mentioned out, sir, there are number of just sports, just to mention out the nearby the Mirzapur. But here that's Geological Society of India and Geological Survey of India basically prepared a GNM 36. So here, sir, I provide the details of the 36, and just only I have not added N1. But really, being a geographer, it's our duty to make it popular and try to give the proper space and add apart from 38 itself is concerned. So I'm fully agree with you, sir. But you also mentioned that how we can justify the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Really, sir, I think you can justify because you are the cultural geographer. But there is a lack, sir. You have mentioned that there should be proper citation. Okay, how we can say that we believe in this philosophy, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But you know that, sir, our government is making the efforts to be a Vishnu Guru. Vishnu Guru. I am not sure about this. Basically, we will be or not. But Indian government is having its own agenda that India should be a Vishnu Guru, and that is why. But no, I am also agree with you, sir. There should be proper citation. But somewhere we believe we are not, sir, land hungry people itself. There are a number of countries. I think you might be aware of that, and you might be agree, which are very land hungry countries, sir. But India is never considered. India is never invaded, never attacked from first to any country from its side, sir. So that is why, no doubt, sir, we believe in this. But there should be proper citation so that we can justify in a scientific manner itself is concerned. And Bhavarsha, just what you are asking?
Especially, sir, question is what action need to be taken and enhance the geotourism and geoheritage site? That is the question.
As far as geotourism is
of the question, the theoretical portion, legal portion, government portion, Shivaji has covered. Now the second portion is how to be action. He has indicated there are two levels. What he has mentioned. The one is the policy, government is strategy. Then as a scholar, what he's doing, he has cited some example. So that was the part. Now, if you think that something more to be added, then okay, most welcome, Subhashi.
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Subhash.
Here is the role of the geographer, sir. Because the geotourism is a concept which emerged in just only in last 20 years, sir. The geotourism basically means that it enhances the character of the place, of the geographical place, of a site. And that's why. But apart from increasing this geotourism activities and its significant a concept, there is a dire need. There should be, first of all, proper protection, its conservation and management. No doubt, you have unlimited scope and tremendous scope to enhance the geotourism across the country. But somewhere it will attack, it will become the victim for the environment itself is concerned. Because you can get, no doubt, economic development, you can increase your per capita income, you can increase your socio-economic development of the concerned areas, but at the cost of the environment is concerned. But in order to having the concept of sustainable development, we should take up three component: environment, society, and the economy. So apart from having the society and the environment, no doubt we should give the equally importance to the environment itself is concerned here, as the Bhavarsa is saying. So Bhavarsa, the basically, no doubt, the geotourism we can enhance, and we are having the huge tremendous scope in the country, and it is increasing, and days are not very far where India will get its place. But question is that should not be increased at the cost of the environmental degradation itself is concerned. Yeah, sir, just you are saying something, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Sir, please unmute.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes, sir, it's okay, sir.
Okay. You have signed this Vanderbilt model 1987. Still you are citing. But in 2015 November, that has been completely revised. And in one of our papers, we have taken that whole report and published that how that is very good manner of be fitting into the Indian way of interpretation. So you have the three blocks and then superimposition, and the center you can say that is a sustainable development, economy, society, and environment. You do like this, okay? What they said that in time frame we started from 1987. Then Club of Rome whole scientific report it came, and so many things. Then culture started coming up, okay? And in 1967, already long before, to 20 years before 1987, already Lene White in a journal called Science, you know, the two biggest journal in the world. One is pure physical sciences, that title is Science. Then biological is Nature, okay? A historian published a paper in Science that is called the most controversial paper, but most applied also. The title of that paper is that is religious crisis for all this economic, environmental development, something like that. I am citing the first line, not exactly, but similar to that, and the last line. All the problems generate from the mind, solution will come from the mind. Okay? This had been took, you can just 1967. Then only in 2015, when this Sustainable Development Program were, then side by side, all philosophy and applied people, they come and then link together in November, that was in October, then November end, 28th of November, that had been linked, that culture is the covering of all. So you have three sets, environment, society, and culture, superimposition, this, how that can be controlled. The outer line is culture. If there is two things are most important nowadays. Now you have to think what will happen after this pandemic. All this tourism, where going on? Okay, very good writings are coming up, but nobody knows what will happen. So two things are very important. One is that what type of cultural awakening we want. We want only money, economy, buildings. These things are something very different from that. So cultural awakening, and second is governance. And in between linking is public participation. The Earth program and the scientist program is not going to give even apple from your roof. No, only farmers will do. Only farm will come to do that. And we are not reaching to that level. So some gap. Some countries realize this. Example is here. This is based on my own study, Korea, Japan, and China. You are also going China and studying and link you have. You go to interior area, I am not talking basin. You go 100 kilometers away and you see small things, small plants, how they are going to link, all community level. So that is very important that you can link together. It is big gap that academician or something like flying in the ivory tower. Nothing on the ground. We have no program, the same program, what this colonial and clerk-based program started in British period. Majority of that we are running. You are talking all things, but you are unable to do something special geoheritage field-based program because otherwise you will be kicked from your job because that is a colonial approach.
Colonial approach.
There is some law. They say, oh, law and order issue is like this. So that is another complicated issues. So at least on personal level, one can do something. Example is here. Like I have tried in the end of my that career, that Sunday I requested students, look, this is no way related to any course or any assignment. How many of us are just ready to have a picnic with me, dancing, enjoying, taking food, but do something practical? Take one cultural area, one temple, a religious site, and do something good that people can feel, oh, here is our students studying, our children are like this. Okay, 3, 4 times I did, and then action against me. Oh, he's going with good girls here and there, and he's enjoying food and money, and then that program stopped. So that is another big thing when we are talking about all these high level things. High for whom? For all of us. It is not for one particular way. Last thing I would like to just have, this is in my mind idea. When you're talking about our sciences, GSI and all this, how many of our people coming from conservation, landscape architecture, landscape ecology people linked together? I've not heard. Okay, you might be more familiar. This is my only guess. Then what conservation GSI will do or ESI will do? They don't know anything how to conserve that. That is not their training, neither their knowledge. That is already independent science is that. That is conservation. And very good school is in Delhi, SPA, School of Planning and Architecture, wonderful school of conservation there, landscape architecture there. There are people, personal level, they are doing like this, but no link at all, no coordination. We always talk multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, universal discipline, cosmic discipline. What this nonsense? Do it practically. Be human disciplinary. We all are the same. Link together, cross the boundary of this particular subject, rather than the main point to emphasize that here is a core like this. The moment you say geoheritage, I am more dealing with cultural side of heritage side. It all gives the whole history from the Vedic tradition. I wrote a small piece just recently published in the same series you have published, but from different school, not your series, that what is heritage. So we have beautiful narration in one of the stanzas of Yajurveda. And that is translated, the original word, this heritage is a new word, and the original word is Dhara Ihar Dharohar. Dhara, Mother Earth, not Prithvi. Don't confuse, Mother Prithvi. And the first line is Yajurveda, 10th Mandala, Ma Prithibhyam Putro Ashmi. Oh, Mother Earth, we are the children. Idea is that, and here to save. Vishnu in Varaha Rupa, he saved Mother Earth. And that symbol is used by the great Nobel laureate, James Lovelock. So that thing we have to come close by as a teacher, as a person. No way you have to think that who you are. Tomorrow we will die. Nobody will talk about Subhas and Rana. They will go in some other look. But if something you have started the tradition, that will be alive. And that is only needed not by this government official, not by the government policy, but by your own feeling. At least 1 or 2 persons you have generated the idea, it's gone. Okay, it will go slowly, slowly, slowly. So that I don't know how to practically do. I am trying my best in this age. Okay, thank you very much. Now, other question.
Sir, really, sir, no doubt. Just thank you very much for enriching our knowledge and for giving your lifelong experience, sharing the experience, sir. Sir, I'd like to ask one thing from you. Just that as per our government, there should not be. We should not not put any paper, any waste into the water bodies, any fresh water bodies. Where I am putting up at Rohini, in the northwestern part of the Delhi, there is a big canal which is providing the more than 50% water to the Dalit peoples. It is giving the water for more than 50% people. But I found, sir, I always found, because it's very near to me, that after completing the worship, after completing the puja, maybe Chhat Puja, Diwali Puja, Dasara Puja, a number of, sir, renowned scientists, eminent doctors, high class peoples, after puja come here and throw all packets, all polythene. And I always feel very bad. Really, sir, no doubt. No
This is
doubt.
India.
Because
This is India. Unique
because
India.
no doubt, just on one hand, they are following the culture. They're having their worship, but on the other, they're at the cost of the environment, sir.
They never follow culture. They are deculturing the culture.
Yes.
Very great.
Yeah, good, sir. Deculturing the culture. Yeah. Good, sir. Good statement.
Let me add one point. Very good. This is sensitive issue.
Huh.
This is shame for us that we are talking, not doing this. Example is here. That is late 11th century, about 1130, there is a book, Yukti Pravyukta Vivechana. I have written on that. That is the text based on the Vedic and Puranic text. That is a very late Puranic based text that is based on Brahma Vaivarta Purana. That is 11th century text. That is later position. That gives that if these 14 acts you are doing, that is the greatest crime in your life you are doing. And then it prescribed. This is published in my paper in US Scientific Journal of Ecology and something like that. And then people cited. The first line is, but just be aware. Let me finish the sentence. Otherwise you'll say, oh my goodness, horrible. First sentence said, the greatest crime is to take bath in the Ganga. But look, sentence is not completed, comma. Without following the proper norm, dash. What is norm? By pure water. You have to clean your whole body outside, little bit away from the Ganga. Then you meditate. You feel that mother is here. I am going to meet mother in a naked situation of nature. Then you are ready. And if you are doing this, this is the first rule. Then you are saying flower. Already in 11th century text it is written, the moment you offer flower and you are not taking back and not returning from where it came, it means to Mother Earth. That is second crime. Third crime, if you are not trying to awaken all those people how to follow these things, you are the criminal because you are not doing this. Okay, I will send you that paper to you.
No, sure, 100%, sir.
That is the idea, what very rightly you have touched that thing. So we need, okay, let me say like this. My Guruji, Professor R. Singh, considered to be father of modern geography in India, he was so many things talking, people never realized that time. Later on, say, oh my goodness, Professor Singh has already said. He said long back, this I'm talking 70s, 73, 74, World Congress, same IGU Congress in Moscow. He was giving a special address and he said, look, now scientists started talking environmental pollution, ecological degradation. These are nothing. These are all scandal type of thought. The world is suffering not by these. World is suffering by mental pollution.
Mental pollution.
Only few years ago, philosophers started talking, oh my goodness. And just now you have mentioned the case of Chhat and all those people. What is that? That is deculturalization of culture. So you are doing ritual. You are not doing real religious thing. You are doing all this drama to please somebody else, but you are not doing the real spiritual thing. And that is the big gap. That we have adopted the word from the West, religion coming from the Latin religos. It means you are ordained by a particular law. But sorry to say, there is no word of religion in our whole literature. The word is dharma. And there's my Guruji used to say, define dharma in geographical way. And he compared Ptolemy. Ptolemy, you know, considered the first master. First book of geography written by Ptolemy. So he cited that instance in Greek, and then he used to say, Dhri dharayati iti dharma. Dhri, the mother earth, you are taking care like this. And the moment all these things you do just to care that Dhri, mother, that is the dharma. That is the, so he said, look, geography is misinterpreted. We have interpreted long back and already this is explained like this. So that is the idea. Now here is a big question. Do you think by law it will be possible?
I think, sir. Yeah.
Never. This mind is not going to be controlled by law. It is only by self-realization. S is capital. And great philosopher Ernest Nas, the father of deep ecology movement, he said the only one word can change the whole world the moment you realize. and that is self-realization. Swajagana. How to do it is our duty. Nothing required from outside. So that when you say the educated people, so one very bad remark is like this by the critical thought that most corrupt people are mostly educated people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At least you, and yesterday somebody sent me when I said I am going to talk like this. This is not my direct topic, but these two guys are so close to me. One is Suvash, and there is Bhavar. They have put me in trouble. So he sent something. Let me cite that one. That fellow said that look, you go to interior countryside, talk some old people that how farmers are plowed. They are plowing that going on. Then they can see that bull is going to pass on excreta, gobar dena chahta. The moment the fellow will do, the fellow will stop. Kisan will stop that. Let him naturally pass on. Then he has gone, and then you can see that that bird called tea. And say, what is that? Oh, I mean, some egg is there. Then turn that. But this knowledge, this is the way they felt that I have to save Mother Earth and Mother Earth for all. And everybody has a natural right to do his or her natural duty. What we do? No? Never? Now, the last thing will be that we have to think what will happen after this pandemic. Big question. What will the fate and how to maintain geoheritage and what? There should be something you should take a lead. I can help you. I am nothing directly concerned.
No.
It's all philosophic and something popular. Don't always say Springer. Springer is also only economy, money, business.
Yeah, sir.
Something popular. Why not in some magazine? You have your own Delhi University popular this students magazine. That what should be done and how to be done. Come on, my dear. Let us go under a tree. Do something. This is the first step to save, understand, geoheritage.
Because sir, just you are mentioning here the cultural aspect and the cultural environment. Here, I always have a question in my mind that you have also done the work with sir, great cultural geographer of the world, Professor David Schoffer.
Yeah. I have not worked. I have just his assistant and servant.
Servant? No, sir, no, not servant, sir.
That was 71.
71. And sir, he was having a very great and rich knowledge about the Indian culture. So has he spent much time here in India or just he having a
Okay, so I will take 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
Allowed to speak?
Babar sir?
Yes, sir.
May I speak about David Sofer 2-3 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. David Sofer was originally born in China. Then family shifted to USA. Okay. And his neighbor was an old Indian family who migrated to US. That's how in childhood he got very close connection of friendship and food, etc. about the Indian family. Okay. And that has generated him a new thought that even in bachelor class, I have already published a book in his honor. You know that. I don't know. That was long back. It's 75. He died in 75, 76. Same year I published a book in his honor. Okay. So this way he got that link with India. Then first time bachelor level thesis he wrote on some animals, how they are giving milk, etc., how they link to the food in bachelor class thesis on India. Okay. Then master class thesis on India. Then PhD on India. And there he was the only person in the whole history of geography, at least in the United States, a person who studied and be part of Indian culture, bachelor, master, PhD. And throughout his life, okay, a little bit work he had done in China and Korea also, that is later on part, but mostly like this. This was all. The second thing was, he never followed any technique orientation. We have done field study. He was a student of Carl Sauer. Open your third eye, smell through the nose, open your lip without any word. You open your lip and you can understand we love or hate. Just like you touch the dog with love, then dog will blah, blah, blah. And you little bit pinch that. So you have to learn that, and that was Carl Sawan. So this way he got the training. Can you imagine that one of the PhD student, Catherine, she did a PhD geography of poultry and chicken farming in India. PhD thesis under him. It is all questionnaire and directly do farming, be part of that, and look how this. So that he never followed technique type of thing, model type of things. Some questionnaire he used, like his most famous paper is Pilgrim Circulation in Gujarat, which is the most popularly cited. So he gone at least 400 places. For 6 months he was traveler. He was doing all these yatras, and then what he's feeling. So if I have to say one word, what he was writing, that were based on experiential feelings. अनुभव से अपने हृदय की बात आपके सामने रखना. That was the art. And that's why you read some of his pieces. The only one small book on only 110 pages, Geography of Religion, a classic book. So that was David Sofer. That tradition has gone. And the last point about him, I will send you that paper. What is wrong with India? That was a very controversial article. I have reprinted 2 places. In his honor book I published, then I put that as an appendix. I got permission from his wife, and then in one of my books I published that. What gone to this whole Indian condition? Like you are talking all this Western model. What about you? He said, why you say region? This region. He said, I hate that. You say Pradesh. You say Kshetra. When you are coming close, you say Mera ilaka hai. It has emotional feeling, but no way you can say this is my area. He has written all these things, long essay. I will send you, that will give you what you are practically trying to say, that will at least give you some insights. Now I am Bangalore, so too quickly I can't send because I have not the whole library, all things. Only for this program, otherwise I am doing something else, some of my editing work. But no way I can deny the two, Jai and Vijay, 2 sides. Then what Vishnu can do? Vishnu will die our life, but 2. One is Bhavar. Bhavar, you know that. In the river, that circle. You take at the center and put you in the dip. And Suash is that he's always a Shubha, auspicious.
Sir.
The worst thing he will talk, that will be Shubha.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot,
The
sir.
other
Really,
question,
sir.
anybody else having query? We have time. We still.
Yes, sir, one question is still remaining. So one question is that how to encourage youth about our Indian geoheritage site and geotourism site.
Okay, Suvaji.
Yeah, Bhavar sir, really, no doubt, this is a very practical questions, and that and this is a very good questions only for youth. We can say that in order to enhance our knowledge and awareness, first of all, just we have to be, as Dr. Sir was saying, that we should always apply the one point, that is action. There should be action. In order to have the proper action, first of all, just enhance the awareness. In order to enhance the awareness, just make a excursion trip for all these sites. It should be a compulsory part of the all syllabus and content of the school children's and school college students. Just you have to visit, make a report, maybe on environmental impact assessment report, maybe overall. So that is why, first of all, we should make it mandatory and compulsory for each syllabus, for each student. You have to visit any heritage site in your within area, maybe local area, or if you are having the ability and affordability, you can also go at the national level itself is concerned. So in order to, first of all, just enhance the awareness, go to the action, and finally make a plan for their conservation and management. For that, there will be big contributions for its conservation, along with having the good sound understanding knowledge for the student sides. Yeah. Bhavar sir. Bhavar sir, please unmute yourself. Bhavar sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is a big question. When we are saying that we have to put these things in curriculum, who can do this? This is so complicated. In Delhi University or in BHE, both are in central, not a single line you can change anything. It is so complicated business. You go to British system like London University colleges, they have one compulsory small paper you have to pass, Great Thinkers. Okay? And that book was edited by a very famous man, a man who has propounded post-traditionalist theory, David Simon, my good friend. So he published a book, 50 Great Thinkers. And that is a compulsory reading. So only 3 to 4 pages on one thinker. Only main point, no way anything academic, very popular way to. So I have written on Gandhiji and Vivekananda. When the second edition was going on, they all objected. Vivekananda, not that man talking about development theory and linked to the practical things. He was a great philosopher, religious man. So I gave the proof that look, you can accept or not, and don't be emotional because we are a close friend. Don't
No,
be.
no, no, it's okay, sir.
So I
But
said
then our,
justify. So I gave here is a Gandhi,
yeah,
the whole his Satyagraha movement and all this, the conceptual frame. And then parallel, I gave the Vivekanand that he has copied 90% just here and there tune and then propagated and nowhere cited Vivekanand. Look here. Now, who is the original thinker? It took only 3 4 hours. I sent email and David conveyed me, my goodness, I can't imagine. So what I can do? Then I said, don't write these things, controversy. You simply add Vivekananda. And that was added. This means I am saying that in London University, that is a collegiate system. In each college, there is a paper. If you read geography or development studies, this is just like passing paper you have to study. That is 50 great thinkers. Anything you can do in India? No. Now government has started something like little bit Hinduvat, okay? Something like say everything in Indian, planes, supersonic jet are made in Veda and Purana. What this idiocracy? Metaphysically it is rich. It does not mean applied. And yesterday I was talking 2 days ago, yesterday I came from Banaras to here. A man called Raja Basist is product of Harvard School of Medicine, and he's distinguished professor in the Indian Institute of Medicine, biochemistry in BHU, okay? And he has the Harvard project. So he's something like big gun. He's going to organize 2 days lecture program based on the genetics approach in history, that how the whole culture has developed, just for the same thing, to make it awakening. And then he telephoned me, okay, Ranaji, I want your lecture. Then I said, what type of lecture? This is not my topic. No, something linked to Banaras. Then I said, 1 hour time, then I can talk Banaras. But this is not going to be linked to your main problem. So, okay, you say, no way, I say, no, I will give. But my humble request is that you can invite some of the great such authorities. Lifelong, they have done similar work. They have published a lot. They say, okay, is there any person like this? They say, yes, all Indians idiots. And the biggest idiot you are that you don't know. Oh, you always make funny remarks. Then I say, have you heard name Subhas Kok? Who is that? He's a lifelong distinguished professor of electronic engineering. And blank check given to him. He can talk all the Patanjali Sutra and all that Sanskrit with Sanskrit, and then pure applied or quantum or whatever engineering. And he has written about 50 such books, lot of inquiry against him. Then all that Indians of US became one to support Kak, and now he is distinguished lifelong chair. And no way you can talk and you can feel you are talking to Subhas Kak. He's always on the ground. So innocent person. And you are saying this, already he has published based on Mahabharata Sutra, Ramanujacharya analysis, and then he had linked with all the genetic things. Oh my goodness. Then I said, look, I am giving you 4 names. One is this, another equally well-known electronic engineer, Raj Vedam. You can search through it. Oh, give me the address. Then I said, this is the super Baba is internet. Can put and can get, you can get into. Oh, I want WhatsApp. Then I say, look, many of the idiots use whatever. I am one of them. I avoid that. If you're not directly saying me something, what this WhatsApp? You are such a distinguished person. Then I say, in India, I am citing 2 names. One is R. Ram Subramaniam from IIT, Mumbai. Have you heard the name? Then I said, no. They said, have you heard any name? Those who have never taught a single day teaching, never anything like this academic, and suddenly he was appointed distinguished professor of mathematics and Indian culture. Who is this? And I said, it is all published in Hindu. The great newspaper has half-page article about R. Subramaniam. He's the man, he's a sadhu, he's jata, mata, all this khanao. And Guru has said that go and join. And that's why, thanks to last government, not this government, Manmohan Singh government, they have found this man that look, world is coming, he's not going anywhere abroad. And great scholars are coming just to learn this young chap. And that's how he's special of why not you are inviting him. He has written like this. Then I said, look, this is your idiocracy. You are suffering by your great Harvard and all this. Anybody can do, any human being. Then now fourth one, he's 86-year-old. Vidyarthi Nanduri, another electronic engineer from US, but now living in Hyderabad. But when he will speak and you can say time is over, then your computer, everything, he will break, he will do all the nonsense. He said, if you have to listen our Indian culture, then listen like this. I have cited you example that there are people, there are potentials, there are some grounds. We have to search a link and start from ourselves. Like you have all the knowledge. So practically something you can start with field trip and all that. Okay, don't worry. Now the last word. When I was saying that why not Banaras in 2001, we have fought this to get it inscribed riverfront ghat in UNESCO, nothing happened till date. And now there is no chance to happen also, let me say frankly. Whosoever government may be thinking of political agenda. So when I said this to Niels Gusho, if I have to say, I have so many gurus, but if I have to cite that only one top guru, that is Niels Gusho, a world famous authority of landscape architecture and design. He had never been in any job, but any top university of the world you can cite, they have invited him. He has condition. You have to listen full day. You have to give me blank check. Whatever money I want you give, then Niels will speak then only. And you know that he's living such a rough, tough, simple, like poor guy. All this money, he used that for Nepalese beggars, refugees in Nepal, and no way any name, etc. No, never. All this Darbar Hall is called, all that's saved after conservation, everything. He's a great master. No, here his name. He don't want. If I am serving human being, why my name? So what he said, when I said, Niels, I don't know in my life this will happen around. You read Gita? Then I say, look, I hate Gita. I never read any Sanskrit text. They say, why you are saying hate? Hate is also love. If I say hate, it means I am loving someone.
Yeah.
And then first time he said, I heard in some Hindi movie there is something like this. And I said, yes, Nana karke pyar tumhi se kar baith. So what he said, look, your duty is just to proceed, to walk, to start. Let the time will decide. If you have one or two persons, they have heard your thought, awakened themselves, they have expanded your idea, okay, your job is finished in this world because your thoughts are there going on. That is the thing we want. Only course will not do, Subhaji, no way. We have, look here, we say interdisciplinary work. How many of us are real doing interdisciplinary work? You have talked everything and you have never added conservation people, and they are great. Authority Ravindran is there. So many, Sirdharan is there. Not only Nalini Thakur can now sit to, I have worked with them, so I know all these great men. They are also not taken care, and they treat me like third grade citizen because I am from geography. Because geography or nonsense. Because this is the gap. So we have to cross that boundary, what we call it. Like Johnson, the great master of human geography, he said that we need making the bridges at personal level. Okay? Okay, what next?
Sir, another questions. As we know, sir, you are great.
No, nothing like great. If you say so many times great, and I will be non-great.
Sir, when questions, if we build and develop infrastructures near cultural site as well as geo heritage site, like a Ram Mandir and corridor, that is the impact on regional development and local communities also.
No, this is what I have said, that there are two things.
Yes.
The first thing is diplomacy,
Okay.
or you can say democracy. Let me say democracy.
Okay.
First, let us define democracy and then put this question.
Okay.
So, democracy word is later on addition.
Okay.
The word democracy has been first used by Abraham Lincoln, 1893, in his first presidential lecture, and the word he has used is government. The government is by the people, of the people, for the people. The same thing adopted. Our constitution is a khichdi of so many things and copy without having Indian root, whosoever may be. It is just like Ambedkar has made the whole. See, Ambedkar has not made. He was chairman there. Ambedkar never said that I have made this. You see the original writing. He gave credit to 3-4%, those who have day and night work. He has synthesized that. Nothing like that. But we have propagated in this way. Leave that. So the word is, the government is for the people, of the people, by the people. The same thing we have adopted, that it pays third of our constitution, democracy, Bharat, etc. The democracy is by the people, of the people, for the people. Okay, long back, 1989. In World Bank One committee, because David Simon was the chairman, that's why I was invited. Let me say, I am nothing like that. I am just like a fraction of dust, million particles of that. And that question was raised: who is this guy? He's not from Delhi, he's not from Mumbai, he's not chief of RBI. Then David Simon, simple one thing said, he represents 70% population of India because he is coming from that interior countryside. He knows the difference between what is soil and mitti. And that's why I invited him. Please sit down. And that was training program. So there I first cited that one. That became very controversial. So I said, now let me write down on the blackboard. What is democracy defined in our constitution? So democracy is by the people, of the people, for the people. Okay, how in practice? Democracy is, this is now in practice. Democracy is by the people, BYE, of the people, OFF, and far from the people, FAR, bye. This is democracy. And then one senior fellow stood from Norway, World Bank consultant, God, this is too much, we can't tolerate this. And David Simon said, okay, take your seat. This is training program. This is nothing like fair that you can talk anything. He is expert, he has the right to say, he is now going to show his all proof, that's all. And hard reality must be accepted. Now, taking this, now you put this whole thing. So one side is democracy, the other side is newcracy has arrived under the banner of so-called democracy, and that is dharmocracy. And the name of dharma, all these idiot things you can put, and just emotional blackmailing, this is the disease, this is, you can say, codeine or whatever poisonous thing, the whole thing. Put, and the people having this cocaine, it is just like Devanand, that film, you know, that you remember that cocaine and other, that Jinataman picture, drinking and all that. I don't know what was that picture anyway. So now coming to the last example, this is philosophic and the hard reality. Swarupanandji, which is one of the Sankaracharya and Congresi banner, but we have not to talk about that one. We have to talk the good point. He already put a petition that Rama's image never should be in open field like hero, heroine. No. Rama is always in the house, that is called Ramayana, or Ramayatan, Ramashraya, and where we worship. And there we link with our heart. Rama never should be for popular show. So 163 feet Rama image in Ayodhya, that cost 163 crore of rupee, and then Rama is now beautiful with Dhanush, and people are going, hey, Jai Ho Rama. Do you think this is a development strategy? Already one Kodamba Rama, made of the chandan that is already cost 60 lakhs of rupee. A model has been installed in. I am studying Ayodhya, so you know that this is nothing like a story in newspaper. Since 10 years I am working in Ayodhya. What is this? And what about Janta? What are the public? All are fools. All are given the cocaine and all that. Deepotsav, now Guinness World Record. And next day, what happened? All full of excreta, urine, oh my God, horrible situation next day. And then Rama, Lakshmana with Hanuman and Sita, they came from Pushpak Viman. So there was a special helicopter arranged, 1 crore helicopter, and then jump in Ayodhya. I was there. And then from Akash Marg, Yogi ji become Dasarath and welcoming. And people say, oh, what is this? This is just like opium. I am a religious person and everybody is somewhere religious. So we should make a balance. We should make a bridge that should be religious in a manner that should be for the all, for the whole society, for the good benefit. Nothing like that, this huge. Now it costs 2,500 crores Rama Mandir for what? What about Ayodhya? And now it's a tourism I will develop. Not a single tourist coming there, all false news you are saying. We have a record of everything. We have done already. It is nothing like sample based. It is just like field experiences and all those. We have prepared a map, everything. Nothing like that. So you never care for that. It is just like jiski lathi, uski bhais, just like Kisan movement is going on. You propagate anything. You say it is. So this is the question. So who will do this? If the real consciousness, what Subhashji is saying, awakening what? Our mind. Common mass, not we scholars. Nothing like we have PhD and Springer, Oxford, through all this. This is one part of our life, for our survival, but other part of life, the real awakening among the people. So now the last is, so I am not very happy with this. Okay, I have written 2-3 recent articles, just one article came, little bit praise of Ayodhya, because then it will publish in a good manner. So that is another tricky business. We all do some trick. Now the Vishwanath corridor. They started saying that in Kasi Khand says like this. Recently, about 10 days ago, a person came, some newspaper and TV, something like that. They said, are you recording? First, let us talk, then you can record. When you are talking, this is on Kasi Khand, this and that, have you seen? Then the person who was involved, a scholar from Sanskrit University, he said, Rana ji, please behave properly, don't abuse us. He reacted. The question I raised, have you really seen Kashi Khand? Then he reacted. They say, excuse me, believe or not, I can guarantee you are telling lie. You have never seen Kashi Khand. I am Acharya of Sanskrit. Then I spoke in Banarsi, तुम्हारे जैसा चूतिया कोई नहीं देखा. Banarsi style में mild गाली देते हैं तो चूतिया करते हैं. So then he reacted. Then I said, look, a single word I have used, I reacted like this. Then all these abusive things you are using, and public is not reacting. What this nonsense? You can develop this temple as a pilgrimage complex, adjustable. Now you say, I will throw this mosque. Can you throw mosque in India now? Impossible. Then we have to take a solution. Again, the bridge in between. So this should not be only for tourists. This should be for the real awakening. And when we are talking about the whole philosophy of geoheritage, geo, Mother Earth, heritage which has been given by her to us to continue, to survive, to sustain, to make it better. If that philosophy could be put there, then only you can say. But Vishwanath Mandir is also going to be hardly 20% real work, 80% false propaganda, all going on. And the worst thing is like this. Not a single person from Banaras is involved in any committee what is going on for Vishwanath Temple. Can you imagine? No one. They are using my essays and they are changing this. And somewhere they have cited Ranaji said like this, which I never said. But I can't do anything because if I will do, I will be in trouble. My life will be in trouble. So these are the things. So we are going through a very critical crisis. Imagine the same thing what Subhash is talking all this. You can go and something prepare, study like he has made for this Kerala. You can do little bit of that, 10% of that work in Japan, you'll be hero. Minister will talk to you. For me, it is so easy when I go and talk to the Minister of Culture and Development. Oh, that man, Rana, oh, in the Karase man, oh, he's here. When I go, I meet so easily. And they give this much literature, food, drink, all that give. He come from India and he has done this work. Anything you can cite that this is done in Indian condition, applied thing? No, not at all. So it does not mean that you have to think negative. We have to think in a manner. Let us, because our culture says we always believe in hope. That Kalki avatar will be there and then change will come. So maybe two of you can maybe soon be reborn as Kalki and then maybe something change. Who knows? Our duty is to go ahead, work ahead, always smile, but always also to some way say, oh my dear young people, please try to realize, don't be only emotional, don't be only crazy, try to awaken yourself to understand the real Indian knowledge. Now, last thing, look how these intellectual do the whole drama. Translate the word Indian knowledge system. Translate it in Hindi. Indian Bharatiya knowledge is Gyan,
Gyan.
and then system is Paddhati, BJP, right? The BJP. And now one fellow is saying, you know that indirectly BJP is since the beginning. Then I say, yes, because Indian knowledge system is there. So these are things. And one more thing, I don't know, you are familiar. In the West, a new movement started in thought. That what is the gap in our education? What to be done? Why you are following strict type of these rules? Why you say chemistry? Why you say physics? Why is geography? All this. There should be some linking frame that we know that, and that is based on Indian quest. That is Taittiriya Upanishad from the Rig Veda. Who am I? From where I come and how I am linked. This is the first quest. This is the same thing Einstein used, same Schrödinger has used. And now in the West, this is called big history. B is capital, H is capital. So there should be a knowledge that we can realize ourselves, then only possible that we can do something. The moment we realize, here I am able to do something, this is the gap, we can do. So that is another new movement started. And good thing is, the man who is now chief of that movement, that started in 90s, and basically it's in 2004. The man is Barry Rogers, who is a geographer. And several Nobel laureates have written article under his direction. So geography is what geographers can do being human being. It is nothing like this in the particular field. We are everywhere. It is just like now the last joke I very commonly use, and then I usually stop. That in Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was confused, so Krishna saw he's the cosmic body and explaining. He was nervous, so he explained that among all the trees, I am the holy ficus. Among all the holy rivers, I am the Ganga. Okay. Among all the plants, I am holy basil, tulsi. And then now here is joke. And he said, among all the vegetables, I am potato. You understand? Potato can be used in any way. So among all the knowledge, so among the vegetables, I am potato, Krishna said. And then among all the field of knowledge, I am geography. You can add anywhere, anything. But that is also a good thing. Because potato always maintains its character and then it mixed with other one and then form another character. And that is geography. And that's why the saying is geography is what geographers can do. Alan Wilson, famous thermodynamics person at Bristol, first professor of thermodynamics, and later on he was kicked from there and then he became professor of geography, where Peter Haggett was there. Okay, thank you very much. For and other question, because we have 5 10 minutes time. Bhavarji, another.
Yeah, Dr. Bhavar.
Sir, yes, sir. So right now, sir, there is no questions right now yet received. So
Then you can give chance to Subhashji to make all these things linked together.
sure, sure, sure.
And maybe three, four, not more, three, four broad aspects he can say these are the basic, and you can get it recorded. So we can say that in session, here is a representative of Geoheritage Group, moderated by me and then handled by you. We got these four things or five, not more than five. Panchabhuta Parameshwara.
Ji, ji, ji.
Mine of culture, so Panchabhuta Parameshwara. Five broad things we got. So okay, I think Subhashji will handle this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Really, sir. Just you have given your whole life experience in different manner and different fields, sir. I'm so happy, sir. Just you have given a very rich experience, sir. But a number of things are there. So just you are saying that presently there is a no tourist to coming to Rama temple. But I think, sir, I'm fully positive that in days are not very far, even year are not very far. When the local economy we will develop and get the more benefit by the building of the Ramayana, this Ramayana temple, sir. In the local economy will develop, sir. Maybe today tourists are not coming, but I think in coming future it will have the positive impact, sir.
No, you have something extrapolation you have done. What I said that those tourists are mostly pilgrims perspective.
Okay.
So the tourism should be in that area, like in Varanasi or Kashi has cited, that is a pilgrimage tourism. When
Pilgrim
it's a
tourism.
separate tourism,
Okay.
then vacation, they are coming, that is a million, about 1.5 million to 2 million people every year coming to India. We have done a lot of surveys and meeting, and I performed all those yatras. They never say we are tourists. Tourist after 2 days, then some purchase here and there. But main motive, so that is the important thing. And what you say, that will certainly generate local economy. But the whole ideology should be pilgrimage tourism. So that we can have that awakening, spiritual sense, transcendence, brotherhood, those things also to be developed. That is the idea.
Okay, sir. Just you are taking a particular type of tourism activity, sir. Okay, thank you. Second, just you are saying that one thing that about syllabus, sir. Just we don't have any authority and the freedom to frame the syllabus as per our choice. But as far as my experience is concerned, since last, sir, 15 years, just I am in the part of the committee in the University of Delhi. Just we are framing the syllabus at UG and PG level. I found, sir, that there is a proper committee in the department which is fully having full power, full authority to include, exclude any content, anything else in the syllabus. So as far as Delhi University is concerned, sir, we are having fully authority. We can make the syllabus, we can include, we can modify, we can change, we can exclude anything else as per our choice. So I think, but I'm not in position to just to give you challenge to you because you are having your whole life experience.
And you can add
even
Geoheritage.
even present time, sir. Just we have framed, we have put it in many new papers, sir. Just out. And right now we are in position, just we are attending the meeting, we are going to the frame the syllabus as per the new national education policy.
Yeah.
So as far as my concern is, even though just a few weeks back I was thinking that there should be one proper paper on geoheritage at master level, not at UG level.
Just listen.
Yeah.
Don't be something very minor level. Simply you can say heritage, Indian heritage. And then
Indian
under
heritage.
that you can put that. Then there may not be any clash with history, psychology, and other. The moment you can put very specific, you can put under that big banner something specific. But the moment you say very specific, then there will be clash. What about history people? They will say, no, why you should
But
be like this.
I think, sir, in the history department of University of Delhi syllabus, there is already one paper about the heritage, sir.
Okay.
They are already studying there. So
I am not knowing.
they are already studying this paper, the historical heritage and the cultural heritage also. But apart from that, we can also having another paper, geoheritage, including having the geoheritage site and the geopark also we can have.
Master
And sir,
level?
just you,
Level. Master
yeah.
level? Okay.
Yeah, and sir, you were also saying that we should also give some more space to multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary. And I found that present the government policy, new education policy, is giving the proper space and saying that there should be more and more multidisciplinarity and interdisciplinarity. And that is why, sir, I think it's a good step. Even for all geographers also, geography students also, it's
It
a
is
good step.
more on the paper,
Yeah.
more on the academic publication. but in practice it is less. We have nothing like multidisciplinary degree. We have nothing like very close that program. So it is very good that it is started and you people are taking lead. So that is very important. You are thinking to do that. That's good. I appreciate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I will go in paradise. From there I say, okay, great Subhasji, go ahead.
Yeah. And sir, I'm fully agree that you are saying that the geography is what geographer do. But you know that at many front we always face a challenge that the geographer, none of that geographer is none of the masters, sir. Really. But I think it's a we, sir. Just if we are having the full capacity and capability, we can justify, we can the proper answer to the world community. And that geographer not are there's none of the just they are they are basically geographers are 100%. I'm fully agree, sir. Geography is what geographer do. Condition provided, we should having the capacity and capability to correlate and to justify each and every phenomena. Because basically right now that we are studying the all phenomena which are occurring on the surface of the earth, sir. And right now I think you will be having the good experience that the geography of last 50 years is completely different. What is today geography what are teaching today, sir? Right now new branches are coming of the geography of emotions, geography of birth, geography of death, geography of romance. And I think in 100 years back, just we were confined ourselves on the physical aspects, only physical.
Let me say one of the famous saying, addressed by Carl Sauer in 1962, when he was president of Association of American Geographers. The question was asked the same thing: what is new geography to come in future? He said very simple: taking old notions, defining in the context of that situation. Like you cited, emotion, psycho level, romance, love, hate. Sorry to say, all these names are the different research paper, at least 5, 6 such paper written by John Wright, 1921 to 1926. Already a book in French written 1938, Geography of Love. Already psychogeography already published in 1921. So there are old concepts that those great philosophic people related to geography, they have imagined that one. But that time they could not develop. The good thing is now what we very rightly said, now you have resources, links, everything, technology. So you can develop like this, but always try to say, like David E. Smith, for the human welfare, for the human understanding, for the human love and peace. That's all. We can link all this going just like ocean. All the rivers coming from there. Now we have very strong techniques. These are all rivers. GIS is not geography, but GIS is a technique to reach that geographical route. This we have to be very clear about that. Because once you say, oh, I am specialized in GIS, okay, good. You know mathematics? No. You know physics? In one interview in JNU, I asked this question: what is your specialization? For GIS, okay, specialized? Okay, yes. In geography, yes. What is specialization? I know all this. What is your background? Zero. What is your specialization? Why not you say, I am using that for my applied thing to reach this? That is better. And that we can do anyway. That is, we are master of that one. That is my idea. Don't take it seriously.
Fully correct, sir. You are fully correct. Just each and every discipline have its own motive, the welfare of the human being, welfare of the humankind. But question is that how far we are prove ourselves as a geographer. What is our contribution to the society? What is our contribution?
That is another big problem. We all are human beings, no geography. Why geography? Geo is everywhere. Mother Earth is here. We are also children of the same geo. Okay. That you say.
Yeah.
Example is here. I have never studied anything related to civil engineering or mathematics in my life.
Yeah.
Okay, my PhD is based on something technical. That time, craze, new movement started. Anand Singh Sahab said, no, you can use thermodynamics. Oh my goodness, I have never known. Okay, but I've done. That is different story. I am working since 2011 in Korea. And unanimously, it is nothing like any election. They say he is the right person. So now I'm president of the association. When I asked this question, why? He said, my goodness, Indians are so good to say practical things. We don't need any paper qualification and who you are. The only one thing we got, this was the way. When I said, look, sorry, no way I can accept this because I am not training. They say, but you have one good thing, that you follow the Carl Sauer tradition, the father of landscape architecture. How many of Indians do you know that he's considered as father of landscape architecture? And whenever we talk about landscape architecture philosophy, this is pure engineering. They start with Carl Sauer. That is the root of geography. And Carl Sauer never said in life anything. He said, I am a geographer. Because only geographer can touch Mother Earth and then have love and affection with Mother. He always said that in metaphor. So you are right, but we have not to put that we geographer, we are human beings.
We are the human being.
Yeah. And that's why Carl Sauer and saying is there is no physical geography at all. All the geography is cultural. Because the moment you try to say physical, that became cultural, because you interpret it. So there is nothing like physical geography. That is another of his saying.
But sir, in present context, we always try our best to bridge this gap.
No, you have your training, you have your skill, you have your publication, you have your exposure. So you have to say that here geography stands. Yeah. But not to be too much biased that I am a geographer having 3 eyes and 4 nose, nothing like that. It is like this.
No, really.
You're right that we have so many beautiful skills all together, which in other discipline it is not. Other discipline maybe 2, 3, 4. Here we don't know how many things we are dealing together. So that's very good. And that's why my master, R.S. Singh Sahib, said, this is not a subject. Well, once he said this, then people became angry. Oh my goodness. But he was such a personality, nobody can say anything. Munish Raja used to say like RP Mishra like this. He said, RP is not a subject. You all are confused. Then somebody slowly said, then how to say, oh, geography is a way of life. Then everybody clapped, oh, here is this. So this is the way. You're very right that all these techniques together, then this is the way. Geography is like this. It is just like sustainable development model, the 3 and in between is so environmental science, social science, economic science, all together, and at the center is geography.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot, really, sir.
You can prepare the report and
yeah.
Baji will edit and we can say these are the 4 or 5 things.
Yeah, sir. I will prepare the report and sir, I will send to the Bhavarsa and just having some important points what we have already having in our discussion, and I will send to Bhavarsa, sir. Really, sir.
Sir, thank you so much for very great discussions and it's great honor and privilege too.
One thing is lacking, that through this whole drama is going on, no food, no sweet, nothing like that.
Sir, it's virtual word is going on.
We should to provide now e-food.
E-food, yes.
E-food.
That is a new concept.
Yeah.
So great, sir. It's a great honor, sir, with you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You are planning that based on this whole conference, selected paper to be published, because Baji is here and
Ji, sir.
there, so that should be published.
Ji, sir. Under your guidance.
Not all.
Ji.
Always edited.
Yes, sir.
Best way selected.
Ji.
Integrated to the broad theme.
Ji. Sure, sir. Definitely, sir. Definitely, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bhavarsa. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. A bundle of thanks, sir. Bundle of thanks.